Friends, today I'm coming out with one more video in the leadership series. This video is titled Art of Leadership. The art of leadership responds to the fundamental changes impacting leadership functions. From practical tips to innovative strategies, the art of leadership is designed to teach and provide leaders with directly related easily applied tools and techniques that can be implemented within any corporate culture. So let's understand what is the art of leadership. Before continuing, I request you, if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, click on the subscribe button below and also click on the bell icon to get the notification on my video as and when it is released. So let's understand art of leadership. Everyone is a leader. You might have seen many organizations, many corporates, even many social clubs or social organizations where people get into the position of leadership. They manage their teams. But actually, whether they are behaving like a leader or like a dictator or like a manager. So by the end of this video, you will understand who is a leader and what all the qualities a leader should have, and also you can analyze the leaders around you and understand whether they are actual leaders or not. So let's move forward with the art of leadership. The leader, the first and foremost priority is should have a strong leadership vision. A leadership vision is an essential means for focusing attention on what matters most, what you want to accomplish in your life, and what kind of leader you wish to be. Therefore, the leadership vision is the secret to leadership success. A useful vision has to be rooted in your past, address the future, and deal with today's realities. It represents who you are and what you stand for. Vision has very little value unless the whole team is aligned to it. Bring about a culture that supports the vision. As Sam Walton once said, capital is not scarce, but the vision is. You can get the investments or the capital from any investors who think that your team or business is attractive, but getting the proper vision is very difficult. Let's move to the next point, how to get this strong vision. So the answer is set the direction. A leader must be able to set the direction. He should create a sense of shared purpose and guide behavior. This requires developing your own clear vision of where you want to go, describing this future to others in simple language, and providing meaningful guidance regarding how to move forward. Being a leader, you should be able to envision your future and share that ideas or vision to your team members and ensure that all are aligned to the same vision. Being a leader, you also have other responsibilities. There are four boundaries you must consider if you want to grow as an effective, productive leader. These four boundaries are, one is the time boundaries, financial boundaries, social media boundaries, and also personal time and recharging boundaries. What is this time boundaries? When you are in control of your time, you can prioritize tasks on the basis of importance. It is essential to create the time boundaries so you can protect your personal time as well. Every task and request is not a priority. Remember, you have to prioritize the things and manage your time. Second one is financial boundaries. Always value your time and investment of other stakeholders in you. Being a team leader or head of the organization does not mean that you can spend your time as you wish. No, because one is you should know how to value your time, and second, there are many stakeholders who has invested on your time, so value them, give respect to their investment and their time. Third one is social media boundaries. Always know how to manage the social media. Avoid disturbances from social media. You might have seen people always, even in meetings, they keep watching the mobiles, they keep watching the Facebook, WhatsApp, and other notifications because the notifications keep coming on the mobile. So, always better to keep the mobile facing downside and reduce the volume of the notifications or set off the notifications. Fourth one, personal time and recharging boundaries. You should not just manage time for others, you should know how to manage time for yourself. Make clear non negotiable personal time and rest as a priority. Not just only working, it's also important to have a rest. Whether it is making time to spend with your family or a dinner date with your friends, make it a weekly priority. You need time to unwind and refuel in order to remain effective. So always know how to set boundaries for your time, finance, social media, and personal time. The next characteristic is forget carrots and sticks. The phrase carrot and stick is a metaphor for the use of combination of reward and punishment to induce a desired behavior. In politics, carrot or stick sometimes refers to the realist concept of soft and hard power. But carrot and stick motivation is a motivational approach that involves offering a carrot, that is a reward for good behavior, and a stick, that is a negative consequence for poor behavior or irresponsible behavior. It motivates the staff by creating actionable goals and desirable rewards for employees who are able to alter their behavior and performance. So always don't sit on the carrot and sticks. Instead, share context and provide relevance to your team members. Anticipate roadblocks to enable the progress. Recognize contributions and show appreciation to the team members. Check in to assess your own motivation, how you are motivating your team members. The next point is a good leader is a great teacher. You should know how to share your knowledge to your team members, how to share the resource with your team members, how you can instruct your members to uplift them to your knowledge level. You should also facilitate their learning. There are some people who, once they complete their degree, they think that the education is ended. No, it is the beginning. Once you just finish the degree or PG, you will start working, and in your routine work, you will learn many things. And for your work, you need to learn multiple things. So, always facilitate learning of your team members so that they will remember your support for the whole life. Be a good mentor. Always mentor your team members and support them to reach the next level. always be a catalyst for change, and be a great learner. A great leader should always know and to admit the mistakes. Yes, he should say, yes, I was wrong. It earns the respect. Being a team leader or the head of the team, being a great leader, you should know to admit the mistakes. Vulnerability strengthens the team. When you accept the mistake, your team members will also come forward and accept the mistakes whenever they do the mistakes. This kind of accepting the mistakes will strengthen the team. Being a leader, lead by example because your team members always follow you. So you should be the model for the team members. Build a culture of trust. Whenever you start admitting the mistakes, people think, okay, my leader is trustworthy, so I should also be. When you know that you are making the mistake and when you admit your mistakes, you will start learning from the mistakes. And also, you can teach others how did you do the mistake. When you do the mistake, you learn many things and upgrade yourself to avoid the mistakes. The next one is lead by example. Always lead the team members, don't be a manager. Get your hands dirty, try to do the first few attempts on your own, take the responsibility for any mistakes, listen to your team members, always respect their ideas, acknowledge and even celebrate the failure. It is not that failures are always punishable, no. Sometimes failing in the beginning will lead to a great success. But take care of yourself, always be truthful and follow your own rules. Your rules should not be only to others, it's also to be followed by you. When you follow your rules, your team members will also follow that. Otherwise, they will neglect your rules because they know that you are not following it. Establish a baseline of excellence. Once you set the line of excellence, your team members will try to par that excellence. The next one, encourage leadership at all levels. Being a team leader, it is your responsibility to build the second, third, fourth level leaders. A good leader is always one who has his backup ready. If he needs to be upgraded to next position, there should be one person ready to take his position. So, as a leader, you want to encourage leadership at all levels. A team working together can accomplish more than all of the individuals on it working. It is a group who can perform better than an individual. You can encourage leadership skills in your team by displaying leadership skills on your own, creating an environment in which you can trust and count on your team members is a great leadership strategy. Not only that, it brings tremendous benefits to the effectiveness of the operations, but it also gives you some space and time to do something else. When there is backup, if there is something urgent, you can assign your work to the backup and you can focus on the other important thing. If there is no backup, you have to do both the responsibility, then you will have more chances of failing in any one. This all while temporarily allowing others to take the leadership role. Always offer small and temporary opportunities to your team members to lead. Set clear goals so that they know what to achieve, what not to do. Trust your team members. Encourage courage and innovation within your team members and give praise and rewards for the success. Next, help people deal with fear. The team members or the people will always have the fear of being seen as a imposter. Always people think that if I do and if I fail, then I might be treated as always failing guy. So never ever create the fear. Instead, try to remove that fear in your team member. They also fear if they fail, they might get criticized. So avoid that fear also. The team member also fear of being a failure, not being a good communicator, making hard decisions is difficult, not taking the responsibility or not getting it done. They think that if I try to do something and if I fail, I will be labeled as something, always failing or always the bad communicator. Help people deal with fear. Try to remove that fear from their mind. When your team is without fear, you will have double the power. Address the elephant in the room. The expression elephant in the room or the elephant in the living room is a metaphorical idiom in English for an important or enormous topic or question or controversial issue that is obvious. When there are multiple people in the team or in the room, there are chances that one or two may be having difference of opinion or maybe having too many questions. The term refers to a question, problem, solution, or controversial issue which is obvious to everyone who knows about the situation, but which is deliberately ignored because to do otherwise would cause great embarrassment, sadness, or arguments, or is simply a taboo. Always better to either ignore elephants or imagined elephants or insistent elements. What is this ignore elephants? The ostriches choose not to see the elephants by keeping their heads in the sand. Whenever ostriches see the elephant, they keep their head in the sand. If you can get people to look up and see the problem, they can solve it together. So the implication is call out ignored solvable problems and either tackle them then and there or defer them to another time. But don't ignore the elephants. The next one is imagined elephants. The problem with imagined elephants is chicken little. The metaphor chicken little was the chick that got hit on the head with an acorn and ran around telling everyone the sky is falling. Because it thought that when something hit on its head, it thought that sky is falling and it starts telling everyone that sky is falling. So it is the mentality of the people. They always imagine something and start creating the rumors. What is the implication? Let those imagining elephants in the room discuss their fears so others can help them to get over those fears. If they have some fear in their mind, let them openly discuss so that all others can support them and help them to come out from that fear. The third one is insistent elephants. Insistent elephants are third type of category who suck all the oxygen out of the room. Trying to ignore them inevitably produces a series of side conversations between people or inside of individuals' heads. You cannot defer discussions of these issues. You cannot choose not to deal with them and expect anyone to follow you. What is the implication? Deal with insistent elephants either by resolving the issue or by letting their owners take them away with them. If they're having some other leaders who are managing them, let them take them away and address the issue. Next, improve the system. Being a team leader, it is your responsibility to manage and improve the system. How to improve the system? Always start in small, set concrete goals and execute them, admit when you fail and move on, find your higher purpose. It is not the short term goals, always work towards a long-term goal, and be an inspiring person to others. Always inspire others. Last but not the least, being a leader, you should be prepared for a long journey. So you should have concrete ideas, a strong vision, and a proper roadmap. Your roadmap should connect one end to your current position or current activity and other end to your targeted vision. Seize every opportunity to learn. Never ever leave the opportunity. Grow your network. Always try to grow your network, increase the reach so that you will get more and more ideas, more and more connects. Often evaluate how you are doing. If you have set a long term vision, it is not that you will reach only at the end. Every day, every minute, you should evaluate yourself whether you are leading towards your long term vision or not. Invest in new organizational capabilities. You should keep learning the things, keep upgrading yourself, emphasize continuous learning. Always be a person of continuous learning. This all points adds to the art of leadership. When you being a leader, when you follow all these points, you'll become a great leader. So friends, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please click on the like button below and also share with your friends and family. And if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please click on the subscribe button below and also click on the bell icon next to the subscribe button to get the notification from YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. I have released many videos on business series, leadership series, Microsoft Excel course, Did you know series, and many more. Please watch all these videos and give your suggestions in the comment box to improve this channel. Thank you.